So, I was on Reddit last night, motorcycles, checking it out, reading some posts from my peeps, and there's this article on there, I don't know, article, post, whatever. There's this post on some guy got pushed aside by an Audi, I guess, was the way the story went, and he didn't really get anything done, but someone who was riding the same stretch of road with him on a bike pulled a baseball out of his backpack and pitched it at the Audi, and of course a whole bunch of posts, you know, epic, guy's a legend, couple other suggestions of shit to throw. I don't really think that's cool, to be honest with you. I used to ride with this guy Dave a long time ago. Dave was a nice guy. Little odd though, but still a damn nice guy. One of the things that he used to do is he was an electrician, so he was always installing pipes and running wires through them, and little boxes that you run the wires through, and they had all these little blanks, and you'd pop the blank out, and you'd have all these blanks about the maybe a tad smaller than a quarter, maybe. But he used to carry a pocket full of these blanks in his jacket, and I mean, you know, like it was like a half-pound worth of these fucking things. Anyways, anytime someone would piss him off, he'd get in front of them and he'd put his gloved hand in his pocket, pull out a bunch of these blanks and toss them onto the hood of the car and let them, you know, basically they just scratch the fuck out of a car and make a loud noise, and you know, they even scratched the windshield, I think, but he used to love doing that shit. Here's the thing, Dave was a real badass, and I mean a real badass. Now, I'm not really a badass. I mean, sure, I've had a few decades of martial arts training, and sure, I used to be in the Army, and sure, I'm technically a disabled veteran of a foreign war, so I know how to take care of myself. But this guy would fuck up anyone, just in a heartbeat, man. And that's what you have to be ready to do, because you screw with some guy's fucking Audi, and he gets out and he's 6'5". Yeah, you better be prepared to either run like hell or fight. And then, you know, that's a car you're screwing with. So I mean, that's a big car. If that lady right there didn't like me, she could knock me over pretty easily. I just don't think it's a good idea screwing with cars. I'm not even one really to flip people off. I mean, sometimes I do. The things that get me really pissed is not people pulling into my lane or anything like that. A lot of times they're just not good drivers. You know, it's not going to help at all for me to be screaming at them. They might have their kids in the car, but either way, I'm not doing it. But I mean, if I were, I'd have to be ready to fight, because you just never know. You never know who's in that car, what they're thinking, if they've had a bad day, if they're ready to throttle somebody or not. And here you are just screaming down the highway, throwing shit at them. I mean, it's a pretty ballsy move. It's a pretty ballsy move. I guess that's really all I have to say about it. I wouldn't do it. You would get in some serious trouble with the law. You know, one thing is, you know, I got the camera on the helmet just to, you know, I got the camera on the helmet basically because if I die on this bike, I hope somebody will have the sense to upload the video. That's really the only reason why I have it. A nice reason to have a camera on all the time would probably be, you know, catch somebody in the act of doing something really stupid. You never know, but you just never know. You never know what people are going to do you? Everybody's fucking crazy.